What's up, everyone? It's another episode of A Slice of Love. It's your host, as always, C. Holmes, and we're going to dive into another great topic, and we're talking about dating rules. And before I get even more into it, I will showcase a video, but we got to introduce the superstars on this show as well. We got the one and only Jason. How you feeling?
What's up, people? Back in the house. Let's go ahead and get it rocking. And of course, I got my main man, the one and only. I see all that shine. He's the older version of Mr. Clean.
Yeah, he just shined. He just wiped it, real clean. He had some real deep cleaning. He's shining real good.
5 shots back.
All right, we know you gonna do that as always. Gonna get your shots back, but we got to mess with you, and that's the usual theme.
Yes, sir. Good to be here tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, before we dive into it, they're gonna probably be looking at this title and be like, "Dating rules? What are we talking about?" So, there was a particular video that just sent me, and I was like, it's pretty interesting because I don't actually blame the fella, but it's a common thing that happens a lot. But I'm not gonna say too much. I'm gonna let the video pretty much showcase what happened on this particular date as we go into dating rules.
All right.
So why does man take me out on a date, right?
Oh, I love it when somebody gets a chance at love. Let's see how her date went.
And then here I am thinking, okay, I'm gonna just order the most expensive shit on the menu, which is what I did.
Now, why would you do that?
I got the porterhouse, macaroni, Brussels sprouts. Why the motherfucker up and leave me?
He left? Oh my gosh, I'm so surprised.
So now I gotta figure this out because I'm not paying no high-ass bill.
So let me get this straight just to run it back. A man asked this woman out on a date. She gets on the date and she orders the most expensive items on the menu. Somewhere in the date, something went awry and he excuses himself and never comes back and leaves her stuck with the bill. And it looked like he enjoyed his meal. Ladies, these men can spot a mile away when you are trying to use them. Not to say that she couldn't afford to pay for it, but she is definitely trying to figure out how she gonna pay now that he is gone. If you are not dating with the intent of being in a relationship and making a genuine connection, leave these men alone because you are messing up somebody's husband before they can align with their wife. If you need a meal, find a food bank. These men are not free meal vouchers. They see y'all coming and they are getting smart, baby. They are beating y'all at y'all's own game and y'all don't like it.
Well, that was a mouthful, and it came from a woman, not me. So, before I say anything, how do you feel about this? Because it seems like the shoe flipped this time, and whoever was on this day got played, and now they mad. But I'll let y'all guys kind of take off from this, because look. I see Justin over there kind of smirking already. And Baker look like he about to say some smart.
I'm going to wait till I'm called.
Well, I'm gonna let you go ahead and go first.
No, you go ahead.
Man, to me, these folks are learning this game from their mothers. These females learning their game from their mothers. Because and not on top of they learn this game for their mothers, it's this new generation that I've been noticing. There has been a constant, what I mean by constant, ongoing, let me take someone out and then have them to pay for it. And then on top of that, they want to add more cost to the bill to take care of their kids.
Bullshit.
Or a family relative that can work. I've been noticing this has been going on TikTok. They've been showing it on YouTube. You can hear it from other females talking about another female that's doing this. It's a problem, and then they play the victim. They like to flip the script. That's just like when what doesn't make sense to me is like when females they say they want to be treated equal
And do
and
that shit.
they go through all this process so they can be treated equal, and then when they get treated equal and they don't like the results or go through what needs to be done, some of
Woo!
these females turn around and they want to revert back and say, I am a female. So you can't treat me like that, or I can't do that. I've noticed that in the military they do that. I've noticed that since I got out the military, some of these females are doing that. And so that just shows me how lazy and self-centered that these females are becoming. And the worst part about it, they're teaching their kids to be selfish and ignorant and inconsiderate and have no empathy, no concern. And then they want to complain about there's no men out here. Yeah, there's good men out here, but they ain't gonna put up with the BS.
Ooh. Well, I think some folks are kind of pretty mad right now. They're probably irritated in their soul at the moment.
I mean, if you think about it, everybody has a family member that does that crap. I have one, and I don't even agree
Yeah.
with it, and I don't even deal with them because
Let-
that shows
let-
how
let-
little-minded the individual is. To do something like that, that means you have had premeditated thought to
Yep.
know what you're going to do before you do it and how you're going to do it.
Mhm.
And that, to me, is a crime within itself.
Let me say
Because
this.
you're not going to tell me how to spend my hard-earned money
And use your kids as an excuse or anything else. Well,
and
let me
play the sympathy.
Yeah, and let me just say it as some of the old school pimps will say: "Game recognize game."
That's right.
So, it's
It's
2025, and what's going on, and they don't like it, and they call us sass and all bullshit. We catching up to y'all bullshit. So what's going on is
guys
when
are starting to use
starting to think now.
They use that sympathy.
And when we smell it a mile
And
away,
now
we call
we're
bullshit.
like, no, we tired of this crap. I don't know. I mean, I'm ready to hear what Baker got to say.
Go ahead, because we need somebody else, play devil's advocate or something, because I know he's gonna throw in something.
Yeah, my turn. Look, let me say this.
Hold on, let me ring the bell for you, because you about to come in hard. All right.
Now, one thing that makes this show different, soul production from any others, and in the trenches, is because our opinions does not align, and that's good. When everybody's on the same page and agree with something, then it's not to be trusted. With that said, I just want to be able to fire a shot at Joshine.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
He said these women learn. Now let me finish, because I know y'all known to cut me off.
Let me handle him, as he would say. Let me handle him.
I'm gonna try it myself. He said they learned from their mothers. No, they didn't.
Where did they
Because the
learn it
average
from?
one of these women out there. Well, I didn't say nothing when you talk.
All right, go ahead. All right. Go ahead.
Let the man talk. Talk it.
Hey, Joshie, one thing now listen, people out there listening, I ain't studying about y'all right now. But Joshie, when you have what you have is a gift from God, and that's that. It's very contagious when you laugh, because that means you understand something that took place. And so when I shot fires at you, you know I don't mean it. But let me handle the business. Let me handle the business. They ain't learned this from their mother. These women learn this from other tricks.
Oh shit!
Wait, so you say you
saying
saying the tricks is not
I
the
didn't
mothers?
ask you no questions.
Okay.
You know they gonna cut me out, Josh.
Wait.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know you're ready to go in now that I said that. I didn't like the fact that you said they learned from their mama. I mean, there may be some level of truth to that, but the average person that's out there trying to trick like that is probably the age of 25 years old, maybe 30. And let me tell you something. A lot of these mothers, contrary to what people think, when you meet the daughter, it don't mean the mama's a hoe. If that's the case, we all got to co-sign with that agreement. Now, let me say this to you. Tricks.
Well, you know, they was probably a hoe once upon a time.
I was about to say something about that. I was about to say something like
Not my mama. But tricks like that, women, who anticipate when a woman have a high expectation of a man she just met 72 hours ago. Let me tell you something. You really shouldn't be out on no dinner date. And until me, listen, you got to learn something that I'm an art. That I do it. It's an art to me. And one of the things is I get dressed up and go, and I'm serious, on some Saturdays, and I go and take myself out to dinner and get a single set table with 2 chairs, and I sit there and master my own space.
And now, enjoy yourself.
So my point is that if a man takes a woman on a date, he ought to have a level of expectation. We're not crazy. In our mind, I'm taking this woman out that I really haven't developed a relationship, but just to not to break the man code, I'm gonna pay the bill. He should have paid the bill and shut up and just left. And next time you don't come no more with her. And you got to get it clear. And it's a sorry man who takes a woman, asks her on a date, or don't. Says they go, and you go into a restaurant, and if you want her to pull out her card and pay, you ought to just pay because it is what it is. Now, I know why you think you ought to pay. Here's why. He probably realized that he wasn't going to get no cake after that dinner was over. But if you respect what the video says, she bought crab legs and what?
She bought the most expensive thing on the menu.
That's fine. So the minute she'd have ordered that off the menu, and if you felt some type of way, you know what you should have said?
Now, that part I agree. He should have said something.
No, this what he should have said. Soon as she ordered that, girl, you ordered all that. You're going to be doing some flips tonight later on, right?
Yeah.
Some kind of comment.
Yeah.
Okay, but listen, well, I get the show and I understand it. And listen, guys, we have to understand the art of dating. Now, when I say they didn't learn it from their mother, I tell you, you know where they learned it from?
The trick.
They had songs out some years ago about being an independent woman. That went out the window. I think it was ID.
Oh, no. Well, no, it's not out the window.
Well, hold on. An independent woman. And then women are talking nowadays that they got their own money and stuff. Well, you got to teach them how to spend. But here's the thing. Now understand this here. I hope y'all don't agree with this man walking out. He shouldn't have never walked in.
I can't actually 100% agree with that.
I have to at some point I agree. And other points I have to disagree.
You should have said something. I will say that.
I agree with that part. He should have said something. He should have brought it up.
Well, if you're walking into Steak 54?
And he made the mistake
of taking her to. Okay, I will say this. He made the mistake of taking her ass out to an expensive restaurant.
Well, did he take her there or she choose?
Well, she we don't know this. Yeah, that's the part we don't know.
Okay, then we don't have facts in detail. Because here's the problem. If I'm taking a woman out and say we're going to dinner, first thing I always like to do is sometimes is do certain things certain way. If you're on one side of the town, I'm on the other, we'll meet there. You close to me, I'll come get you. Okay? Especially, I got to know you sometimes. So don't be calling me, think I'm going to take you somewhere.
And just
before we get there, you're going to have to work.
Yeah.
Now, if you're walking in, to my favorite, if you're walking into Fogo de Chao.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So and you know that you're not leaving out of there without $200 or more. You get it?
Yeah.
And if he chose it, he got it. But if she said, I want to go there, regardless, he should have said, no, that's not in my
okay,
plan.
So let me say this, Baker. Now, what you said, I will agree with, because you're coming from a respectful background and actually from the tradition where women actually had a lot more sense and were more grounded and were not so selfish.
They had more values.
Now, the problem is, nothing wrong with what you said, But what the problem is nowadays you have women out there, and there's more artists putting out in the music industry of basically taking advantage of that. And
Yes.
saying like, oh, he gonna spend this, and have an attitude, a sassy attitude with it. Look, I have no problem taking a woman out on a date and treating her and showing chivalry and all that. But it's that mindset right there, whereas you like, you're gonna use me basically for your selfish benefit, just to pretty much tell your homegirls or whatever and laugh it off and then go to the next guy. I don't like that bullshit, because
And-
now I'm just an asset or a toy just for your free meal ticket. You had no
Well,
intention to actually grow in an actual relationship or bond.
And
with me.
I agree with that because I've seen the video, several different types of video of guys taking their girlfriend out on a birthday to a dinner, and for her birthday, she gets upset with the boyfriend because he won't pay the bill for all her friends
I
that
wish
pop
I
up.
would do some shit like that. They can get pissed off if they want
So
to.
this is what's going on with this new generation is,
Fucked up mentality.
so so based on what you're saying, I'm with Chris. I agree with you saying, but that is no longer in the present the way things are. It's now females are now all about me, 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 me. Let me try to take advantage of not saying all, but majority of the new generation of kids. I'm not talking about the old generation, but the new generation of kids have that mindset.
And it's all in the music. Like, I will look up some lyrics
And
right
they
now,
brag about it.
and
And
that's
this is the
and
problem.
that's what I'm talking about. They are bragging about the bullshit, because if it was a shoe was on the other foot, they wouldn't like that shit done to them. I'm just putting it out like that. But now you have a trend where they're trying to basically saying, oh yeah, a man must basically bow down and do everything if he want to even have a chance. And I don't mean I'm not gonna do anything, but I'm gonna pretty much mock you along the way and say, yeah, you should have did your role, and being sassy with it, and then pretty much carrying that and telling their kids and much more to do the same thing. So now you got a cycle of this. And this is honestly why, in my own opinion, I think you're having more guys outside just us making more podcasts, basically putting them on blast, the bullshit game that's going on. Because we're tired of being silent and just letting it go over our head, or just accepting it as what they're doing is taking advantage of what you're saying, Baker, because back then women had morals. I love that. But nowadays it's flipped against us to use us as assets without no true intentions.
And that is what's actually taking place right now. And so that's what I think it's a growing trend. I've noticed that.
And you wonder why there's a lot more single men and women now.
You, Baker, and myself, we were hearts of a different color. We take them out. At least the females back then would be grateful, respectful. They wouldn't try to dig into your pocket intentionally. Is there a way? Because females nowadays, they do it in the manner to try to see how deep is your pocket, how much money you do have.
And that is straight up bullshit without you even get to know me. Like, get to know me first before you even get to that kind of level. Becky, you kind of quiet. I'm expressing.
Oh no, I don't want.
Listen, no. I want to get your feedback because, like I said,
I'm not
the way
to
you and I were raised and you and I had done things is not the same as what's going on now with these new kids.
Well,
and I have old school grandparents, and I agree with that.
And there's no like you said, there's no grandparents to put some on that ass to be able to get them on the road the way you and I have been raised, Baker. You know what I mean?
Well, I get what you're saying. We do have a lot in common, but I am not biased, but I'm thankful that 85, if not 90% of my life has been an inspiration by women in my family, my friends, my associate, and all that. And they still today play a great role. And here comes the problem. And I'm grateful for that. But here comes the problem. Now Jasheen, me and Chris are the only two single men on here. And
He's
the
just
only two
the
men
fact that
that
you
should
start
be out,
laughing.
let me handle it, Doc. That should be out shopping. Okay? Now, let me say this. Okay? I ain't gonna shoot the woman down. Why? Because this is the thing. I have learned in my life one thing about a woman. It's gonna be contrary to what they're gonna tell you than what you believe. And you sit down. Now, I ain't talking about hoes and tricks.
Because there's too many of those hoes and
Because
tricks.
that's what you're meeting here, and he probably met this raggedy woman online. But my problem is this.
Hoes and tricks.
When you're trying to take somebody
Hoes and
out on a date as a man, first of all, you should call the shots. Now, let me tell you something I found out.
Leading.
Well, most women, if you understand, I would even say most tricks, they respect and love a strong man.
Man, that is
And
true.
you got too many.
They don't want no.
Let me handle my
Go ahead, handle it.
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead.
true. Go ahead, baby.
ahead.
Because I'm with you on this.
I
I'm with you on this. Go
Ring the
ahead.
goddamn motherfucking bell.
Damn it.
Let it go. Damn it.
You make me forget my thought once I'm on the road.
Go ahead.
I'm getting sick of y'all with that. Now, I know y'all like to cut me off and let them other women talk before I talk. But nah, I didn't forget. But let me tell you something. You got to have a plan. And look, she shouldn't have to tell you nothing. All you got to do is tell her, let's go have dinner tonight. Well, I don't like going out to eat. I don't like that. I use the term, just some old pimp stuff. I use the term this. Are you busy tonight? Let's go dine. Because when I'm
are
dining,
you busy
I'm
tonight?
having
What we talking about?
I'm talking. I can't hear y'all. I don't know what to do. But I know one thing. It's these, and y'all talking women. What kind of women, what kind of women are these people looking for? That man was looking for a trick that night, and he went online somewhere and found this heifer, and she anticipated him to pay the bill. She probably was going to give him some snacks later on, but he walked out.
Well, hopefully the snacks didn't expire.
You wrong for that. Hold up. Wait a minute. Ring the goddamn alarm. Not expired snacks.
Yeah, hopefully the snacks didn't expire. Because you know when they expire, it starts smelling.
Oh, hell. Goddamn. Oh, no. Hell no. Get back to your damn corner.
Well, let me tell you something.
I hope that you have some wipes somewhere because it's getting a little messy in here.
But listen to me. Now, Chris, do the Google.
Can't even say it.
Do the Googleation, Chris, because I'm gonna say something if I don't forget. Y'all don't interrupt. Now, Josh called it an expired snack. Now, let me tell you something. If you go get some snacks from the store and you look on the bag, it has an expiration date.
Exactly.
And
some more
Food and Drug Administration has already declared that they can't tell you whether it's good. Now, let me finish, because I know y'all ready to hit the thing. Whether it's bad or not, because some stuff is good past the expiration date. Now, because what you're talking about, let me make it plain. You married, but I told this boy Chris, you ain't finna find, listen to me, the average woman you meet, you ain't finna find her on the street without two things. Number one, some babies somewhere. Number two, somebody been digging in that trash can already.
Holy shit.
All right. Now,
that's why they walking like a penguin.
That man.
I am not going on.
That man knew he was embarrassed because he met a trick and he knew it was a trick.
You know who he bumped into? I ain't saying she a gold digger.
He should not have walked out on that woman. First of all, he should have met her maybe at y'all church.
You know what?
Wait, you know they got some. You know.
I was about to get him. I was about to get him.
They got a lot of devilment in them.
I was about to get him.
Let me say this in
saints have babies too.
Is that me because I want to make this very clear. Now I may get in a little trouble, and I hope my friend ain't watching.
No, we don't want you to get in trouble, brother.
Well, let me make it plain. Sometimes I try to tell y'all that women like strong men.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then not only that, and I'm serious on this here, I have friends of mine, I wish I was, that got more money than they really can use, seriously, okay?
Okay.
My point is that,
What you about to say?
number one, one of my friends told me this. I don't need no man to support me financially. Josh ain't fainted. I need somebody who gonna love me from the real side. Now, let me tell you this. So this week I found myself.
It's at the love side.
Well, that's a different side. Okay, she don't need you to come loving her because she got money. She don't need your money. She needs your love. What's happening with the computer? Y'all doing something to mess with me?
Oh no,
I'm just playing with different angles. He get confused. He quit this.
I learned one damn thing. I don't go where I'm not invited, and I know when to leave before my welcome is wore out.
Yeah, that is.
And I just hit the button and go. Y'all messing with that screen because you know I'm finna say something bad.
No, I ain't controlling
y'all cushites.
I'm not messing with no screen.
I love how he keep messing with you.
Yeah, he think I'm controlling stuff.
I ain't gonna finish, but so now understand this here. There's some women out there. See, here's the problem. Most of the men nowadays, and I'm gonna mess with everybody.
Hey, what you better say now, Baker?
Our culture, y'all.
I'm glad
these
you put
men
that.
are dumpster divers.
Dumpster divers?
Yeah, they
What the hell is a dumpster? What is a dumpster diver?
You know what they're doing. Y'all, I saw it on the news, and it went national. They riding down Beach Nut, this and that.
This ever said Beach Nut.
Now, let me tell you something.
That's a new word. Hey, look, you got to make a shirt for that one, Beach Nut.
Well, what's the name of the street, man?
No, you're right. He's right. He's right. You're right, Bacon. You're right. It is like that.
It's okay.
Show what it is.
Yeah.
While I'm talking, go ahead and Google Bissonnette went nationwide, worldwide, because you got all these strippers walking down there, and it used to be a business trip. Now all these men, and they driving in fancy cars, and they looking for them women. You think that woman gonna get in that car?
Hey, I got a little chains for you.
So the same way.
Can you shake for a little change?
Yeah, the same way they doing it. And a lot of these people, and I don't do this kind of stuff, they get these women off of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapback, Get Back.
Did you just say Snapback? Good Lord,
whatever it's called. And here's the problem. Men, quit diving in the dumpster, in the garbage can to pick up a woman. And you're picking up a bunch of trash. He should have paid the bill. I don't care if he met her in the parking lot.
All right,
he
so
saw the sign. Pay the bill.
I'm
Get a little bit.
I'm gonna be a devil's advocate, especially nowadays, because it's gonna throw you off a little bit, Baker. But it's not always on Bissonnette, because nowadays you got these tricks at the career in the industry.
What you got to show for it? Because I ain't gonna sit here.
I ain't gonna put the person on blast. Look, there's people in different careers. Look, no. It's not just on the streets. Look, Ian, this is belief. It's not just. Look, it's not just. It's not just on Bissonnette.
I'm just pointing out what is going on, and I'm not making any excuse. It is what it is.
Say the truth that he took
we are saying the truth.
And paid that bill.
It's not just on the streets, but they're in different career paths too. When you're talking about high-end profile, we're talking about taxpayer, educators, and all of them much more. There's not just on the streets.
I know this is so people, y'all.
And it's a raw show. We just say how it is. They're everywhere.
People, man, in these comments, I can't see that far, Chris. But understand this here. Let me say this. I can see one.
Look, do strange things for a piece of change.
Understand one thing is that I get this, people. I want y'all to know I'm a guest on this show, and I'm privy. But let me say this: they let me say what I want, and I'm gonna tell you, yes, ma'am, I will do something strange for a piece of change if I know you really well. I ain't gonna do nothing strange right now because I ain't that type. But look, let me tell you something. You have to understand, and if us as men realize that this man didn't have, keep in mind, he had some meat on his mind, but it wasn't paying for that steak.
No,
Okay?
he has
He had
seafood
meat.
on his
That's
mind.
why he took her out and he pulled up to a place. He knew when he got out he couldn't afford it. If you're classy, and I'm going to teach y'all Pimp 101 if they don't cut me off. Pimp 101.
101.
I'm fascinated.
Go ahead and lay the Pimp Chronicles. What is it? Pimp code 225654322 dash of the Pimp Chronicle code.
101.1.
101.1.
And here's what you do. I'm going to give y'all a little credit since y'all sound like a bunch of liberals tonight, the O2 hoes.
We get some.
Oh no! I'm being just like a conservative. I'm gonna tell you like it is. If the female is doing it, the female is doing it. Now, when you brought up about the guy bringing into the particular restaurant, I agree. So
you didn't let me finish my statement.
We did.
But no, I didn't. I was telling you about I got in trouble.
You know, you got a long way. I mean, you talk 4 hours.
No,
I'm
man,
messing with you.
I was silent when y'all were talking and y'all be telling me
okay, so
stop,
what?
And I stop and then I just write it down. I got a big thing here watching the news. Now let me make a point. Y'all can chit chat.
Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead,
telling
baby.
on myself, but I can't show. I wish I could show you. I had to tell a woman, friend of mine, took her face. Because this issue she was dealing with. I said this to her. Because you can't walk in because you're beautiful and think the world's going to stop and pause. It don't work that way. And now look, she make most men, old and young, like me, break their neck. But she even make women turn because she's beautiful. Now watch this. Guess what? Most of y'all don't have what they call, any nuts things or whatever they call pecans to say most stuff that I say and get away with it. But guess what? I told her, mind it, you're very beautiful. And a man like me, you can't really understand that one thing about me, my presence, understand that, has glazed and been in the presence of some of the most beautiful women than most men ever in their life. And beauty don't impress me at all. Mm-hmm. And I told her, you're beautiful. And if I show y'all, you probably want her number. You can have it. You wouldn't have it. I told her, God hear me saying this. Understand this here. You're pretty, but you ain't the prettiest. And none of us.
In the words of J. Cole, there'll all be someone better looking than you.
Negroes ain't saying nothing. Y'all handsome, but y'all ain't more handsome than me. Now, these women love me.
He done went there.
No, brother.
I want to throw out.
So I guess we're gonna call you Pretty Ricky now, huh?
I'm gonna take something wrong with you.
Yeah, we're gonna call you Pretty Ricky now. We ain't calling you Bacon no more.
Well, look, let me tell you something.
Go ahead and pull your skins out, because
that man should have paid the bill if he had something. Now watch this. See, y'all started this. If he would have understood that he is a very valuable person, not based on money. Listen to me carefully. If he get up in the morning like everybody else and brush his teeth and wash his face, he ought to say, boy, that's a good looking man. Okay? Have faith in yourself. I am a man. And most people that's listening as women would tell you this about me, and this ain't new. This has been 30 plus years or longer. One thing I discovered about me, guess what that is? I'm a good-looking man. And I ain't taking just anything. I don't go through nobody trash. Now, that man knew that he was trying to get a trick. He wanted some meat, but he had to pay for that steak, some meat. Look, Chris.
Oh, shit.
I hope the meat was juicy.
I want you to write a poem about
foul.
Well, he didn't get it. He walked out. Chris, you got to understand, y'all need to pay me for Pimp 101.1. Here's one thing as a man.
We know you a pimp.
I ain't no pimp, but I'm just 101. Do this. Especially if you don't know this woman. And if I ain't going to even entertain whether or not, because I don't care whether he invited her or she invited him to go out. She chose it. I don't care about that. But guess what? As a man, he should have paid that bill. Now, let me tell you Pimp 101. If the woman say, let's go get something to eat. I don't like that, but I like the word dine.
Mm-hmm.
It includes more than eating. It's fellowship. Now watch this. Pimp 101. When you choose, you say, don't worry, follow me. Now I'm telling stuff that I do, and most people out there, follow me. Then what you do as a broke pimp, rather, if you are, is you call up or go to the website and look at what the menu calls for at any place you want to take her. And at the end of the day, the conclusion is whether she say, let's go, I want it, you ought to pay it regardless. Now, let me say this to you. You two Negroes that are liberal, and
I'm
I ain't
definitely gonna
talking
be
to
a devil's
Josh.
advocate.
Because you married and you got a very beautiful wife, intelligent, and all that. Me and Chris on the market. Now, I'm opposed to these women out here. Let me tell you something. You don't have to question whether I'm going to buy the dinner. I'm accustomed. When I was married, I was accustomed. But one thing, and I ain't anticipating, especially right now, I ain't anticipating no cookies from you.
Well,
It's
like I said,
dining, it's fellowship,
and
and getting to know. Now, if you try, most men do this, and the only type I find, well, that's
like
good.
I said, I love your
Here's
traditional
what they do
values.
is they know they're trying to impress that woman,
Yeah.
and she felt like she was being impressed. So let me press and order this steak and crab legs and gizzards and chicken fingers with feet, whatever.
So let me ask you this.
Choose. I'm a 5-year woman.
So let me ask you this. Now, based on what
I'm
you
not
just
being no
said,
damn fool though.
you
Go
jumping on the
ahead.
guy, so you telling me that she didn't do anything wrong?
Hell yeah, she
Well,
did.
Josh,
Look, I'll be the
what did she
devil's
do
advocate
wrong?
on this one because bullshit. Number one, I'm not taking to her no expensive ass restaurant if
Because
I
it
know the
takes
prices.
two.
It takes two.
Don't take one.
No,
Yeah.
listen to what Chris saying.
But
Listen, say that again.
okay, I'm gonna start because we've been talking about
No,
this for the
no, no,
longest.
no, 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 no. I
Whoa.
need you to crawl back to that statement.
Oh, what I said earlier. Number one, I
You
should know
know,
better.
you just, man, you done
Let me
forgot.
finish, Baker. Let me finish. I don't need your permission on this. Number one, I'm not taking her no expensive ass restaurant on first date. Hell to the motherfucking no. I'm just
Chris.
getting to know. Nah, let me speak. If I'm just getting to know you, I'm not paying no high ass class for a restaurant like that. Because number one, if you don't know me as a person and don't want to genuinely know me, then I'm going to basically take you as a quality. You just probably want me to use me as an asset. Know
No,
me as let me finish. Know me as an individual person, then all this bullshit that's in the mainstream. Because that's what's wrong with a lot of women out there nowadays. They want this high dollar thing and pretty much way over their head and want this damn fantasy thing without actually getting to know the person. Too many men have been getting used and abused and taken over and taken advantage of that bullshit. And so when more men say things, then women get pissed off because we're catching the bullshit ass game. Do I oppose taking a woman to a highest restaurant? I have. But that's after I got to know the person and build a genuine, nice connection because I bonded with the person. I will take you to wherever you want to in the world. But for a first fucking date, fuck no.
man, cut that on them.
No, this is my raw ass show.
Watching.
It's a raw show, not the motivational one. It needs to be said as it needs to be said. But the thing is, there's too many games out there being played, and we are pretty much cutting the bullshit and exposing it. So. And if you are a fool and get caught up in this, don't get mad if you don't catch the games because the games go both sides.
I wish
So
I
pay
had some
attention.
women that would go in the chat box. A bunch of them in there on where I say, I wish y'all go in the chat box and tell this man this. One thing is this. Chris said something very profound. That's why I was trying to tell you to roll back. Previously, you didn't hear what I said. That's exactly what I said. First of all, if I just met you, you ain't gonna be telling me where we're going. I'm gonna set that standard and take you where we need to go.
I agree, lead.
Second of all, if I'm telling you whether you told me you want to go out and dine, I'm going to make sure that everything is covered and in my mind. Now watch
That's common
this
sense.
here.
I agree with that.
But they don't do their homework like you say it. It's this. Is he should have checked that woman. If I meet a woman tomorrow and I say, hey, what you got going this weekend? Let's chill and dine. I'm not anticipating nothing from her.
Okay, I agree
At
with
the end
that.
of the day. But guess what? I will program this way. I will say to her, whatever area, meet me at XYZ. And most of the time, when I was trying myself to date, because I'm stubborn, I went to places that I already knew in my mind what the cost And not only that, guess what?
That's common
What the
sense. What you
woman
should be
like?
doing.
These men. Now let me handle that because you said this. There's a problem. Houston, we got y'all in Houston. I'm in Israel. Houston, we have a problem. And you know what the problem is?
What is it?
Not Chris and not Joshie. It's you got and I say to the women, break him until you break his neck, because you got a lot of weak, vulnerable men who are soliciting women for no other reason than to be intimate, and he ought to come off some money. You should have got 2 steaks, 2 crab legs, or whatever they getting. And these look, because you a weak man. You got some weak men, and they ugly, and they feel ugly, and they feel that they got to pay to hang out. There's women out here that just want to have a good time with a good man. That woman took the advantage.
I agree with that.
She understands the assignment. This Negro was there trying to get in some real estate. Filet mignon. So steak,
right,
you squeeze that steak, the juice come out.
That's what I'm talking about. As long as it's
You
cooked
get it,
right,
Josh,
flipped
you
right.
know,
Yeah.
So, well,
you flip it right,
Chris,
it can stay juicy.
And as a man, you shouldn't be, you ought to have a plan. Pimp 101.
I agree with that.
Check the menu. Know where you want to go.
I'll agree with that because that takes part of leading. You should know what's going on. Don't become a surprise. That's why I said.
But Baker was also saying
the man or the woman in this situation.
I say both.
I say both. Both of them at fault.
I do not.
They both have fault.
I say both because
her intentions are off.
Yeah, because you.
That's okay. If hers was off, was he
bullshit? See, that's the issue. What's going on today? We don't want to give them accountability. That's what goes.
Females have no accountability,
and that's why we get to this certain. That's why this problem continues to go on
because
of that issue right there.
Because let's be real. Because when we talk about men, they hit us up left and right, up and down,
and we don't want to give them accountability
everywhere, all the way around. But as soon as we say anything about what we don't like or what we notice, it becomes a problem.
But you know what?
And I had the same conversation with my wife, and she noticed the same thing, and she has that understanding. Like, you know what? Females nowadays is not like the females like back then. They on some completely different type of mentality stuff.
Here they are.
Man, listen.
Here.
You're an intelligent man.
Let me say this now. That's not universal, though. Because not all women, because I bump into it, very few, that don't believe the bullshit that's going on nowadays with that. So it's not universal.
Yeah.
So I can't stand that damn comment when people say, oh, this is the way. Bullshit. Not every tradition and culture follows that. So I'm going to tell you that's a damn lie. Because I have met women who don't agree with that and think that's bullshit. And that came out of their mouth.
And that's my wife. She don't agree with that.
No, Joshim, I don't think this is a fair game for you because you single. I mean, you married, happily married, and intellectual. Look, Chris and I. Now you chime in and tell me, Joshim. Here's where my difference from y'all on this show, and this one, I know y'all don't looking for any reason to cut me. I'm cool with it, but let me say this one damn thing. It's what I'm trying to say to you guys. Is that you're trying to say in such a way with this video that the man needs to level up, in a sense, by walking away or getting away. That was fine. I don't find that to be.
He should have said something. He should have said something.
No,
he let that woman order. He let that woman order. Sit there and listen.
Well, you know what?
Well, if you think about.
I'm not gonna buy this one. Cut me off if you want to. I'm good. I'm old. I told you I'll do commercials. I drink a lot of water so I can pee. But I say one doggone thing. I'm gonna tell you something. Men are weak, and there was a weak man, and he ain't been
also too. But I think what the part that's not getting clear is the fact that everyone has a choice, right? So you saying what you're saying, which is right about the men on how they act and how they think. But the women have the same choice, whether it be compassion, not compassion, be considerate or not considerate, taking advantage or not take advantage. They still have accountability themselves. Absolutely. They can't escape from that, no matter what. Because they just have a choice too. You know,
Josh
just
ain't-
just
I
like
see-
when I talk to
'Cause
when I talk to my daughters,
let me
I
say
tell them the
this.
same thing.
Let me say
Just
this.
because a guy has don't mean you're gonna take advantage
And
of him,
she
because
could-
that what goes around comes around, and he's gonna and then somebody's gonna mistreat you. So how can you be upset when somebody do the same to you because you did it to someone else? See, it's
but
accountability.
Josh,
And
what
she
I'm
didn't.
trying to
And
say.
also, she didn't have to accept the date either. She could have stayed at home. Choice.
Let me tell you why I blame the men in this issue. Okay.
Hell nah, both sides.
Well, Chris, you don't have any children, right? Do you have children, Chris?
Nah,
you
they
about to-
still
what-
swim.
what-
No, it's a yes or no. It ain't open.
No,
to
no,
take.
he, no,
No,
he don't
free
have
fun. No.
none.
I'm
man.
gonna stand my ground on this one. So throw your damn question.
They still swimming around.
No. Here's not. I'm gonna address that real quick too. No. The reason I could have been had kids,
No,
but
Chris,
I'm
it's
not no
not a
dumbass, and
It's not a negative.
no. I wear a fucking condom and use a protective
No,
sex.
well, we
No.
didn't ask you all
No.
that.
What he's saying now, he just
No,
asked
no,
you a
right.
simple
No,
question.
I get that.
He's trying to
No,
bring up a point.
I know.
Not right.
Bring your point, but I'm gonna answer raw
And
for the
I was
show.
trying to help.
Go ahead.
Y'all invited me. I'm y'all guest. And
Yeah.
I know y'all have your opinion. You notice I'm learning now obedience to the things I suffered. Sometimes, Baker, just shut up and let the people do what they do. And let the show close and end. That's why I didn't say nothing, because I knew when I saw the title, I said, this is going to be a rough mountain to climb.
That's what this show is all
Well,
about.
I get it. But you afraid, sound like, and you too, Josh.
Afraid of
Don't y'all
what?
answer till I
Say
finish
specifically.
saying what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
What
I'm
is
not gonna. I won't say nothing.
Oh, I'm
talking
open for
now.
this.
I'll go ahead.
What is it?
I won't say anything until afterwards.
Well, I just don't like the fact, and I know y'all gonna interrupt me again. The women, it's not the problem here. Here's the problem. It's the men. Now let me tell you something. I asked Chris a question, yes or no, do you have kids? Fine, it's not a negative.
I don't have
Okay?
kids.
Some of us have daughters. One of the things I remember years and years ago, and you guys would never see my son on this, well, maybe him one time because he's coming in town. But look, you'll never see my daughter. I don't publicize my family. I love them to death. But I know one thing as a man, I was a good daddy to my daughter and son. But guess what I knew? I think, and men, we do this. We don't tell the boys how to keep the pants zipped up, but we want to tell the women how to keep their dress up. That's not right. Now let me handle the business.
Yeah, you right.
I'm sick of you cushions.
You right. You right about that.
And here's what we do. So now we want to, not me, but men want to act like they're a victim and they're vulnerable. You should pay regardless because it's technically customary to do so.
That
If
goes
you're
back to
a
my
man,
argument,
a real
tradition,
man,
culture.
and you're walking into a door to any building and a woman follows you, and if you keep going and don't hold that door open and pay respect, you low down, dirty cushion. Now let me tell you this here, what I said to my doctor is this.
Right.
You know what I did? I took on the date. And I said, when we get there, it's a place in this city. It's in y'all know it as the Galleria area. When I get back to town, I know. I'm in Israel right now. But look, it's an area over there. And I'm a fan of Italian food.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, we're going to go eat. And I said, let me tell you how it's going to go driving now. I said to her this. Number one, when you get there, I'm going to valet park. Don't get there when I pull up and jump out the car because the man going to come and open the door. I know where to pull. I've been here before. Second, I told her, is this. Don't make it complicated because the menu you're not going to understand. So guess what I'm going to do? Mm-hmm. I got you. I'm going to order for you. Okay? Now, number one, I taught her the responsibility of that man on the date, how a man should. And don't jump out. And when you walk to the door, and by the time I get out, you just stand there. And if you stand there and don't reach for that door, that man's going to open it. Just a lesson I'm telling you. And when you get in,
I'm loving this.
watch this. Don't worry about where you're going to sit because
I'm
I had
loving this.
already called the restaurant and told the maitre d' that my name because you
got
had the
some.
menu. And I said to her, when I come, I'll say the name. And all you have to do is have my seat. So I told her, don't even worry about where you got to sit. What I was trying, seriously, this happened. I was demonstrating to her what men ought to do. Now, you low down, sorry men, and y'all trying to say we a victim. Now, I ain't been victimized financially by no woman. Well,
They do that nowadays.
now, you a trick. Now,
No,
these women out
disagree.
here, let me ask you a question.
Well,
I will say this and help your show. Now, I need.
and I got another point I want
can't
to bring
see-
in too
okay,
in a
let me
minute.
go. I need all them women out there, if there any out there, say something. I need
Hell
you to
no, they're
comment
not
in the
because we
comment
try to
box.
invite. That's the problem. Well,
No,
I
let
do.
me do this.
Well, I do
Comment
have
in the
one
box
strong
so
woman. No,
Chris can
no.
understand.
I'm letting you know. I'm answering your problem. I mean your question. We do have one woman out there is making a comment. I appreciate that because she's contributing to the show. She actually has been on the show, so
Why
I
you don't
contribute.
tell me that? I can't see that stuff.
We've been showing the comments the whole time.
But Doc, I don't. The way I'm set up, I just showed y'all what's wrong with y'all tonight. Y'all drunk? I just showed y'all my situation.
Now
How my stuff.
let me say
I don't
this.
need to see all
Now
that.
let me say this is going to probably flip you a little around. Now everything that you said, Baker, I love that because one thing that you kept doing that I've been saying early in the show is you are teaching your daughter moral values. That is the woman that we love. The problem
what men
is,
ought to do.
yeah, but the thing is, when you were saying certain things to how a woman should act and things like that,
You still teaching her
moral values.
You still teaching
I'm
her
teaching
values.
her self-respect.
Exactly,
As a woman.
exactly,
Moral
and that's why I
values
said I love that. The problem is no. What
That's
you're
a
doing
difference.
is I agree and
Y'all
love that.
different.
I love that. But the problem is with
I'm sending
nowadays.
in my
No,
resume.
the thing is nowadays women are not
Yes,
doing it.
Shane.
They advertising this bullshit, and now they're getting the consequences thrown at them. Now, what you're doing,
Shane.
say it and talk for women, I love that. And then on top of that, if I had a daughter, I would say like you need to be treated like a queen, but also take accountability, be respectful, and all that, and much more. You teach those moral values, but that's not being spread nowadays. It's this bullshit that's in mainstream, and now it's becoming a trend. And now you're wondering why there's so many conflict, and not only in relationships, but in marriages too, because what they keep advertising on the TVs, radios, and much more. That's what we're against. We're not against what you're teaching. We actually agree with that. We want that.
Look. This is my phone, a text I got. Somebody who's familiar with what I just said. I told this before, said this. You missed one part of that story. Guess what I missed? Remember the valet standing at the door?
Right.
And I already called it, but you didn't got her set up. Just say your name. I forgot. I told her also, when you get to the table, he take you, don't pull the chair out. Indicate, wait for him to do it. Now that makes sense to me. What you just said, Chris, is that value. I get it, Chris, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to your show. If you want me
You're
to,
not as raw.
I will. If you want me to, and you too, Joshim, on In the Trenches podcast. If you don't need me to, y'all can terminate me, or I'll send a resignation, and we can do it quietly. I'm guest on other shows. Now let me tell you what else. Okay, now I get it. But just showing respect to that woman out the gate, what I was doing, how women should be respected. Moral values is I didn't have to teach her who to jump in and out of the bed with, because not just mothers, like Joshim said, because they learn their moral values from their parents collectively. And it doesn't mean if they go south that we bad parents, but they do. No, I have a son, and one thing my ex would tell him, now when you're talking to your father, don't be using all that language like that, because you know he don't. See, that's moral.
And that's what I was saying. I agree
but
with.
But there's a difference in moral to me than the level of respect you ought to have for every woman. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and that's it. Now, these men are weak and vulnerable, and I say to the women, if they're weak and vulnerable,
be stronger. I will say that. Now, here's okay. So here's my question for both of you, and I'll let y'all answer this. So I love everything that you're saying, Baker, and the chivalry and all that and much more. I've done that myself. Now, what would you say for the man who is strong, does everything you're saying, pretty much chivalry, open the doors, open the, make sure that he pulls out the chair, does all that. He has been taught fundamentally those traditions and things like that, how to treat a woman. But what would you tell a man who does all those things and is never respected, never appreciated, and always talks shit about? You expect him to continue to um, feel basically down. I mean, even though he's doing everything you're saying, but basically what I'm getting to is like we can do all those things, but now it's like we should tolerate being disrespected, even though we do showcase chivalry.
Well, to answer that, in my opinion, let me ask you this question: in this situation, is it married or just in a relationship?
We can go both because this is going to be
Okay,
vital.
so
Start both early with this show.
in the marriage or in a relationship, if that's the same, it's time for him to pack his bags and bounce. It's time. It's time for him to leave
Now you talk
because
like a conservative.
because one thing, if you doing what you're supposed to and she's not, it's not you, it's her. It's because she's selfish, she's greedy, she's focused on her, and what anything and everything around her is more important than you are, and she does not see the value in that individual. So he needs to pick up his bags and give her the deuce and tell her kiss the 24 chapter Bogo's ass and go.
I got to get to Jesus. Y'all be doing nothing cussing. Now, Joshie, I was going to handle Chris, but I'm back on you. You good. And that was very intelligently put. Herein lies the problem, Chris. This your show, Soul Production. Understand something. It is important you have a part 2 of this because there's a lot to cover. Now, Joshie just said something, and Chris, you said something. And here's what I'm trying to make a point of, is that you said both, all right? At the end of the day, nobody, this is what y'all just say. Listen to what y'all said and play back the video. He said this. Once he find out she ain't about nothing, he ought to just bag her up and put her out for the trash, okay? Now, let me say this to you. How long, number one, does it take for you to recognize a woman? Here's who she is. Here's what men do. And y'all should know this. Y'all don't do this. All right? If that's the case, then I'm a trick, because when we was out at the show, I bought y'all something to eat. Now talk about that. I love this. Y'all talk about that. And we ate. Look, I'm going to tell the people. And listen, the food I bought them, I bought one thing and we all ate out the same pot. They didn't choose no menu. Look, let me handle the business. Who picked the menu? Who bought the food? I did. Why? Because I invited y'all to sit and dine with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Now y'all set me up once I got there and had that man. And
we didn't do that.
That might have been Chris. That might have been Chris.
They might have had nothing.
I wish that, but let me say
Baker was being Baker, and he could
no,
do it.
Y'all knew what y'all was doing. I was sitting minding my business, and don't nobody. And this is what women like. No, nobody come roll up on me and gonna disrespect me. I don't handle that. And let me tell you something. I handle women very delicate, like glass. I may drop and break, and I don't want to hurt. I ain't gonna hurt nobody. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to say, men do something that attract this type of women, because you got a little job and you flaunt what you got, your car, your house, your clothes, and all that kind of jewelry, and it signifies, it's like a light flag. Money, 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 money. You need that. And she saw that when she walked in that door. Money, 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 money. So she said, steak, steak, steak. Give me 2 steak, 2 crab, 2 chicken wings, 2 legs, mustard green, potatoes, and all that kind of stuff. Because you looking like you got some money, and you walked out because you ain't had no money. And you ought to always have something when you're going out with a woman on a date. Now, contrary to what y'all liberals believe, most of my friends that I ever tried to date, or whatever you want to call it, I don't pass flowers out on Valentine. Why? Because flowers fade away and die. I'm giving you some love all the time. I'm real on that.
Yep.
And guess what I do? And another thing is, I have learned something about me. It's priceless, guys. It is priceless for a woman to dine in my presence, because I ain't choosing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, I ain't allowed to choose me.
Good.
I choose.
This guy was good.
And I choose carefully.
This guy was good.
Oh, y'all got to pay for the knowledge. I know y'all don't like it. Y'all want to make these black women. I know you're trying to make all these black women into hoes. That's what y'all trying to do.
No,
No.
we're not. We're not saying all. We're talking about the ones that don't. We're talking about the ones that don't appreciate. We're talking about the ones that don't appreciate or take advantage.
No.
But see,
they ain't got to appreciate.
But
see,
but,
and there we go. There goes the cycle of unaccountability.
So you saying?
Let me, Josh,
they're
I can't talk to you because you're married, Chris. Do you feel like you appreciate? Now, when you jumping in there and smashing, do you feel appreciated?
You put it out there. Now I'll answer like this. My old self. No, I'm answering the question. My old self.
What do you feel?
My old self. No. Let me answer the question. Now, my old self would do. Let me talk, baby. My old self would do some foolish bullshit like that and feel appreciated. But now that I'm starting thinking, I would say, hell no. Why would I even jump into bed with someone who don't appreciate me? Fuck that.
Well, I'm
setting myself up for disaster. Now, my old self would do some bullshit, and I'll take L for that.
So basically, you saying, Chris, what you saying is, then and now, you matured.
You gotta learn. You gotta make your mistakes.
Who are you talking to me?
I would say, yeah, let me answer.
Told you,
but I
am the design.
We're not even talking to you, Baker.
Chris.
I'm trying to answer just
I was asking Chris. I was like, so basically, what you indicating when he responded is that he became more mature and he saw what he needed to see and not what he wanted to see, basically. And if that's the case, that is the problem. Like like the one individual that's listening.
He should have took her to a veterinary. Well, yeah, veterinary, but a vegetation restaurant.
You ain't got no damn sense.
Give us alone. I get y'all trying to be cute and nice. I ain't gonna leave you.
You've been right the whole time.
No, I haven't. I've been quiet. And y'all ain't right. And the people on the show need to know these people, they threaten me, y'all. And I'm tired of this.
Now, let me finish my answer.
What I was about to say. Some of this. Feed us some vegetables, some tangerines.
Now let me finish my answer.
Well, let me say this, and
let me finish because I had the question first. But I have matured, but I'm still growing. I have enough awareness that I will continue to grow and mature and learn different. See, that's your issue.
What you gotta grow from?
See, you talking smack.
No, I'm trying to understand.
Nah. What you trying to say?
No, you ain't grown from nothing.
Oh, yes, I have. You haven't seen my experience. You talking smack.
See, in other words, rather than saying grown, he should have said mature. You should have said I matured.
Yeah.
He know.
Yeah, you trying to be funny. You go
to hell.
Mm-hmm. Where your skins at, Baker?
Chris.
Where your skins at, Baker? No. Where your skins at, Baker?
Well, look, man.
You want to show the experience? Where your skins? I asked you a question.
You say, where my skins at?
Yes.
Do you want to see?
In other words,
come on, throw some wisdom.
In other words, he said, just
I think what he's saying. I'm not ignorant to it.
I think
Let me answer.
I think he said you still walking on with that kickstand.
All right, come on, pimp. Look, you see how he trying to.
First of all, I may look old, but I ain't cold. And the plumbing works. It works very well. I don't have that problem. Now, this man gonna put me on point and know that I'm a very conservative individual, politically and religiously, where I'm liberal in my Christianity. But he said a question, where's your skin? I know what skin is, but I'm going to show you where my skin is at.
What you about to say?
Here's the skins. I'm peeling this tangerine and this.
God damn, ring the bell.
Now you got me feeling some type of way. Because now I feel like, in a sense, that I have been duped here the last 18 years. Now, I guess I just need to figure out how to do like y'all do, not y'all, like Chris and the rest of the people out here probably do is this. I'm trying to figure it out. Y'all trying to convert me from what I am, and I'm almost there with this show tonight. And here's what I'm thinking. What I've been doing, maybe what I've been doing is showing the kindness to these women. Maybe that ain't what they want, and I just need to go down that little street down there and pay a woman just to go and handle her.
No.
And I get you some Popeye's
Oh,
chicken
my
on your way
God.
back to
Not
work.
the
No.
Popeyes. Not the
Basically, what
Popeyes.
all we saying is this: women should be held accountable for their actions, not just men by themselves.
Both parties are guilty.
It takes
Takes
both.
two.
It takes
What is
two.
wrong with y'all? Give me what y'all had.
Oh, good Lord.
I have a problem tonight. And the
What's his
problem
problem?
is this. That woman wasn't on that date by herself. It was two people. And
But
they
she
both
didn't
need
have
to
to
be
go
held
on that
accountable.
date.
You keep-
Remember,
It was
No, you
choice.
keep
she
saying
did
the
not have
women
to go on
need
the
to be
date.
held
She
It was
wasn't
accountable.
still a
forced.
choice.
She wasn't in distress. She did not have to go on that date.
Man, you
You
missed
know, wait. Let me ask him. Okay, let me ask him this
He
question.
said
Wait.
accountability.
Let me ask Baker this question. It's gonna set fire. Who's responsible for the birth of a kid?
I
Her
can't
or
hear
both?
that good.
Who's responsible for the birth of a kid? Is it just her or both parties?
Well, let me have. You want me to answer? Let me.
Yeah, because this is gonna see where your mind at too. Go ahead.
I know where you trying to take me down this rabbit hole. You and Josh, I'm gonna cuss y'all out in private because y'all trying to get me to say something. Now I'm gonna tell you like this.
Go ahead. Pull the biblical text. Let me ring the bell for you. Hold on. Let me get you ready.
I ain't no dummy. And the problem is, I tell you where it come from.
We ready for you.
That to me. Listen, Doc, first of all, I want these people to know out here, the women, one thing about me. I respect y'all. They do too, but let me handle since I got the mic. They respect y'all. I don't have a hidden agenda because I have this philosophy in my head, okay, that at the end of the day, that woman ain't ignorant to the facts that the needs of a man is at some point, first of all. Now, to handle your question, thank you, sir. Thank you. I feel good on the stage. Second of all, y'all need to call me 101 point. It's this. Understand this here. If you should be talking about anything, it is more popular today that women will tell you, like you do, you men, is what she want. And the problem is when she say what she want up front, because she have the same desire, then you want to call her a trick and a hoe. Understand this, men. Y'all need to pay me for it, I know. Most women want you as bad as you want her, but she ain't that weak to show you. You gotta know what button to punch. And dining really is not it. Because if she see you, and at some point you have to meet and see in person, there's some physical attractions. Now, you Negroes ask me a question, and most people don't do this.
This guy was good.
Listen, I'm not the brightest bulb in the room, but I damn sure ain't the dimmest. And let me tell you something. I don't know what y'all can see, because I don't see nothing but us, and I don't see all the writing. But you got a library from here to there, and I'm just celebrating what people need to do is learn to read stuff. They're going to ask me a question. Where did the baby come from? I got two of them. Now, I read this book, and I ain't going to tell you the name because they're not paying Chris. They barely want to pay me. Now, y'all don't even know nothing about this kind of stuff. I have a book, if Chris will allow me, but let me just say, look, this book is called this. Okay, did y'all see it now?
Oh, yeah.
And it's very important because you will understand something. Number one, we're talking dating. The stimulation and what makes a woman happy. The same thing that make you get happy, make her get happy. but she ain't greedy like you and hungry as you are. She's hungry, but she's private with it. You know what I'm talking about, Chris? We show what we want because y'all show up there, you colors and pulling on your stuff. What up, baby? What it do?
Now I agree with that.
Let me say
I
this.
agree.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Let me
all
say
right.
this to you. And I get it. I know game. Woman asked me one time. I know where she was headed. Y'all better learn, understand, and that's what I'm trying to say, Chris, honestly, is this. You trying to give credit to let me handle it, these weak, these vulnerable, thirsty, hungry men that ain't accustomed to any kind of woman, and they're accustomed to paying. Now watch this. You already know some signs. Y'all ain't paying me enough to give you all this knowledge. A woman told me, she said, I got it. I said, I'm going on my walk. And I said, let's chat later. I've been knowing for me. You know the question she asked me? Mm-hmm. Do you walk in them gray jogging pants? I knew what she was talking about. Chris, you with me? You get it?
Keep going.
So
keep
you
going.
have to understand this. Now let me say this here. You talking about where the baby come from. Y'all made a video talking about me. I'm Tupac daddy. Joshine is crazy. Joshine, people, that guy in the middle in the black shirt, I call him John King because he starts a lot of mess. Now look, I knew what she was talking about, and I felt some type of way. And I said I'm gonna get me some gray jogging pants.
Just so you killing me.
Now, listen. Chris, you say where the baby come. Look here.
You ain't got no damn
It don't matter. I get it. You got Y and you got X or whatever, the chromosome. Mm-hmm. I know where the baby come from, the daddy. But when that baby grow up to be raggedy, you say, I ain't that baby daddy. And you Negroes deny the baby before it even get here. I know where it come from. Responsibility for both parties.
That is my point. Look, for both parties.
We've been saying that. Finally, we got there.
My phone, let me plug it in because I know you got it in. Better though, because y'all done talked to death and want me to co-sign with bashing women.
We didn't. No, we did not say we want you to bash. No, we didn't. We just had different point of view.
Y'all just ain't had no good one. Not you, Joshua. Y'all people out there in that audience ain't had no woman that treat you good because you're vulnerable. You're weak. You look like a problem when you come. And she spot a problem just like she spot how you flash like you got money. What the hell wrong with y'all?
And Baker has a point. When you do all that flashing, it changes the mentality of a person.
Well, but you didn't say that when I was telling you it's both of them.
But still, she still have a choice whether to go out or not to go out. Whether to order the most expensive or to be considerate and not and still get just what she wants to get, that rolls and that fills her stomach or whatever the case may be. Not go to the highest, because even with my kids, my daughters, if they go on a date, they don't be trying to price gouge dude. They don't,
because you taught them morals.
Exactly. And the thing about it is they understand if a dude can't pay for it, I have my own money. I can pay for it myself.
And that's why I say, like, Baker did have and we both agree with this. He made the mistake of going to that location. Like, he set himself up going to that location. Like, he knows there's expensive items on there. If you don't got the budget for it, don't even set yourself up for that.
And that's why I say it's both.
And and that's why even if I can be a super billionaire, you think I'm about to take your ass to the most expensive ass? Hell nah, because I need to actually, in my opinion, know who you are. I need to see.
And I would not be driving in no nice fancy vehicles.
Hell to the motherfucker.
Because I want to see your character and who you really are.
Yeah, because I want to see if you like me for me, not this bullshit that I have. Because I can hit the reason why I'm saying this, because I can get hit, have an accident, or God knows whatever happened, and I lose all my money. Now what I have to show or give value then?
Say that again. I can hear y'all talking about me when I left. I didn't go far.
Oh, here come the devil's advocate.
Now what did you say? You say that again. What you just said.
The last one.
Yeah, the
Basically,
last
Yeah,
one.
say that again. Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid. I'm
Y'all done
pretty
acted,
much
y'all
no,
done
no,
acted
no,
a
no.
bunch of Cushites tonight and
Look,
want to throw me
you don't even
down.
know what we said. We were actually giving some great value.
But
Gave
you
you
were
some
saying
credit.
something now. I know.
I'm about to say it now.
And Joshine starts a lot of conversation.
Oh
and
my
then
God. All right, I'm gonna summarize this because I know
turn
that. Basically, what we're saying is don't leave by just your money. Pretty much leave by actual giving true value. Because if you leave with just flashing all the
No, you need
time,
to bleed by your money.
oh
Believe that
fuck
you
no,
ain't gonna waste it.
hell no, hell no. You gonna attract the wrong thing. You throw that kind of energy and shine too much. You gonna attract exactly what you want, and it
Well,
may not be what you want at the end of the day.
let me tell you something that is very trendy. And Chris, you
Fuck
should
what
know
fuck
this.
what a
But if
trend
I
is.
tell you something, sometime I notice, and I'm gonna tell it. And I know we started late because of me.
I'm a rebel.
And
I don't like
appreciate
trends
that.
like that.
And this is a very show that's informative and it's good for people. And y'all, some of y'all thought I'll share this with Ray Ray and Pookie and Shaniqua and share it with them and say, these gentlemen said some things very controversial, but some of it makes a lot of sense. And Chris and Joshini, Soul Production, Chris, you do a wonderful job. Most of these tricks out there, these women out here don't know that you're a poet and you do well. Joshine, y'all one of some of the baddest producers. But at the end of the day, the Negroes don't do right by me. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired, and I'm gonna start telling them all. If they keep paying me, and I'm coming on and say what I want. And I shut up sometimes because I mean, don't want them to cut me off and throw me away, and they doing it. And maybe I need to get a show and call it "I'm Back, Baker." So,
Pimp 101.
no,
Pimp 101.
because I just have high confidence, and it's been that way, and it ain't going nowhere. No woman would put it out. I have high confidence.
But
I
see,
believe that I am some woman's Bow Wow in a dog, and I'm some woman meow
just say
in a
Bow
cat,
Wow?
and I'm some woman's
Did you just say
in the
Bow Wow?
oven. That's how I am.
Let me help Baker. No, you said
don't
Bow
wanna
Wow,
talk
so let me
good
help you
about
out.
you.
No, let me
You
help you
got
out.
this trick.
No,
and then you wanna
let
say
me
that
out.
woman
You over
mean.
here barking, so let me help you out.
Then y'all want to call, then y'all do it wrong because y'all dye your hair and y'all ain't gray and I let things be natural. Joshine dye his hair and Chris too. I don't do that.
I don't even dye my hair. Look at all this.
I can tell you
I don't
thing.
even.
I'm far from being dead.
Man, I do not dye my hair.
Lord.
You know, this it's all natural, brother.
What up,
No,
Jonathan?
but y'all trying to throw me old school. Okay, I get what you
No,
saying.
I said
Yeah,
also.
but
I
no,
said the
Chris-
way you
Chris let
and
that
I have
man
been taught.
Called me that at that show.
We did. I didn't say that. I didn't tell him to tell you that.
Well, you should have handled it, but I took care of my own self. And
You
women
answered
like,
it. You
women
pretty much
like when they
went
see
on the
men
front
having a
lines,
fit.
and that's where it went from there.
And one thing about me,
Lord have
woman,
mercy.
when you go out with a man like me, let me sell myself. One thing you ain't got to worry about is this: you're going to be, and they know this. You're going to be protected, and that's what most women worry about. Going out and y'all don't turn out to be a robber to them and rob them on the day. They do that, you know. Okay, I'm gonna protect you, woman. You're gonna get in your car. You're gonna get to your house. Oh, my house.
Okay, shit.
Oh, my house. You're gonna get where you're supposed to be.
See.
Nah,
I know
here's
you're.
my problem.
I know you're caught.
Because Chris got that video and showed that video and showed that woman with that green thing or whatever on her head talking about the people. I know how it happened, but here's the issue. Women, y'all know what I'm talking about. I wish I could see how they see stuff. You know what the problem is? They see you coming. But with me, at the end of the day, I think to any woman, it would be an experience, and it has been, to go out with me. Now listen,
See how he trying to
I
throw
ain't picking
his
up the phone
shot.
hustling no women.
He's a straight old school
Now
kid.
I'm just trying to tell you,
We've
you
been
met a
trying to
man
tell
that
him,
didn't
man,
have
listening.
nothing and nobody. He didn't have no money. He didn't have no self-esteem. He didn't believe in himself. He was a fool, and he got tricked. But on the other hand, she got tricked. Because he got tricked, let that woman on all that food.
You know what?
If you
You
were a
is
real
right.
man,
She
you
did
would
get
stand
tricked. She
up.
ordered that expensive ass item on that
Look,
menu and found out
that's
the
where-
hard way.
Look, let me say this. That's where the real man come in play. He should have said, hold him up. Stop 1 second. Mr. Waiter or waitress, can you come back just a second? And
Yeah,
then tell her, listen,
I agree to that.
Let me handle my business.
Go ahead.
Let me explain something.
Go ahead.
Man, now listen, this is how, I don't know if it was their first, this is our first date. I don't mind you being a little liberal, but don't be over liberal. And not only that,
I agree.
not only that, just let's enjoy dining and experience. Now, what I want you to do now is reevaluate. I'll do this. Trust me, I've done. Reevaluate the menu before you order. Have I done it? Yes. Only when I was in a business meeting and it was one person first time going to a business meeting and they didn't understand the assignment. When you go to a business meeting, it ain't all about lunch.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have to know what to do. So I had to check that man publicly.
You was about to slip. You heard about to slip.
You about to slip.
We're not here to eat. It was 3 of us. We're not here to eat. And you my guest. Now, what we're here to do is discuss this contract. Now, what I want you to understand in front of the other dude, they know what I'm talking about. I said to them, we really just here because it's convenient. So we don't have to go and choose who office we should go to. And since I said, I got this, don't take advantage of that. Now, let me say what you do. I told him, because there's 3 of them. I said, next time when you go to any other business meeting, and whoever, if it's 50, and he said, I'm paying, don't you just go crazy and order everything because we there to talk, really not to eat. There's a difference in food, eating, and dining.
That is
now, let me handle the business.
I agree.
Now, I'm going to open you another skin. That's what you got to eat.
I knew you.
Fruits and vegetables.
Get that skin.
Now, why Joshine and Chris, y'all won't say this? That man was very low. He didn't think much. Man,
we don't know the
statistics.
statistics.
Listen, think about this, Chris. Now, I can't say Joshine. Chris, next time you go on a date, you ought to pay, regardless of what your expectation is.
I mean, I did
and
that
keep
recently.
Going. Keep going. Never
I had no issues with that.
Listen, don't ever ask for anything that you're going to eventually get. Hush your mouth, Baker.
Because I'm making enough sense to choose locations. So, yes.
That's if you with the right.
No, he wasn't with the right one, man.
Yeah, he
I'm
definitely
trying to
was
say,
not.
quit trying to blame these women. Y'all weak men.
Here we go with accountability
still,
again.
That's what I'm saying. There's still accountability for the females.
We ain't gonna never get past this. There's always gonna be issues.
No matter what, there's
always gonna be issues with this.
Okay, I'll shut up.
Either way it goes, they have a choice. They either have a choice to give up the draws, or have a choice to go. They have a choice to either meet them, or they have a choice to either stand the dude up. They already have an idea what the dude might be trying to get or want. They don't have to go.
And let me say this from my experience and what I've seen from happy married couples is they both have great communication. They both take accountability.
You've been married before?
Didn't you just? He's not listening. I said from my experience of watching other happily married people who actually
how you know they were happy?
See.
Well, the point he's saying when he asked that question is on the outside they look like they're happy, but on the inside the house they may not be.
I blame the men.
And again, let me finish my point before you cut me off. And they actually said
they had y'all the one who cutting off.
And they actually said they had some ups and downs. Oh, you got mad on that one. They actually admitted they had their ups and downs. But going back to what I was saying earlier, they communicated through their issues like mature adults and still came together. And they didn't just pretty much put this whole hissy fit or selfish thing that is pretty much transformed.
I'll call it tantrum.
And that's what it was saying is, like I said, I'm not grabbing from my experience from people who are happy there for years.
The budget for Trump. Thank you, Lord.
Who've been there for years, they said they had their ups and downs, but they know how to communicate and move together as a unit. They're not just trying to pull or drag the other person or take advantage of the other one. That don't work out like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nobody want to answer my question. I get this show.
We've been asking you questions. Thank you.
I asked you this question. Look, when he walked in and got in the parking lot, was he blind? Was he Stevie Wonder? No. He saw the sign. He saw the name. He knew it was going to be some money. He should have set his butt back down in that car and checked his what they call it, his credit card, and make sure he got enough to cover whatever she ordered.
Man, I just have to agree to disagree on this one right
Well,
here,
I know
bro.
y'all don't
Hey,
want to
it's
because
very
y'all going,
hey,
Man,
but
y'all don't
yeah,
want
I
to
just
throw
have to
that
agree
woman
to
away.
hey, but that's
no.
Because she probably classified herself as a very
No.
high value
okay.
woman,
So
and
let me
Negro, you
bring
already
this.
made a Negro.
No,
But let me
because it also to me
I'm telling Jesus on you Negroes tonight.
it
man,
also
tell it on yourself
shows
too.
I'm
it
telling you,
shows
know me.
it
When I'm
shows
say,
that
now Lord, you know these niggas wasn't right.
this is what I look at and I see is that if a female doesn't do that, like in an example in the video, it shows me she has some form or some type of character, the way she was brought up, the way she thinks, and how she processes, and what connections of those lessons that I see in her actions
Are
and
you a
her
mind
demeanor.
reader?
All right, so
Hey, mind reading
we're gonna have
is
to
how
bring a
you
part two
act
to
is a
this at this.
reflection of what's going on in your head. Everybody want to say that's not true, but it is true.
So what? So what I'm about to do, because like we have to bring a part two of this, but I'm gonna play the video one more time for
I'm
those
sure
who.
I ain't gonna be included. Y'all trying to kill these women.
We will actually. I will actually
No, we
try
just
my.
want them just as much as you want men to be held accountable. We are saying females need to be held accountable as
Everybody
well.
should be
That's
held
it.
Well,
accountable.
man, listen. Now
Because
you
if
want
that's
to
the
say
case,
something like that when
But
we closing. I've been
no, I
trying to
said
tell
I
y'all
said
a
that
while.
throughout. I said that
Both
We
throughout.
both been saying that throughout.
But the
I said
man was
both need to
broke.
be accountable.
We
And
both
you
been trying to
kept
say
saying
that
about
too.
the men. I said, well, the females need to be accountable too.
Chris, what's your email address? Is it on the screen?
No, it's not. But let me
Well,
showcase this video.
Joshine, is that in the trenches
Wait,
on
wait,
the
wait,
screen?
wait. We have come. So let me showcase the video, and then we're gonna come to the close because like we
Well,
getting
y'all
all
didn't see
the
that woman.
we're
Y'all
about
not
to
right.
showcase it because like we had a lot of
Right.
great points
I'm gonna
throughout
tell
from all
hard
different
on both of
viewpoints.
y'all.
But like we need to showcase the video for those who just tune in so they can see why we're arguing like this.
Give me some of that water. These niggas making me mad.
He big mad. All right, now I'm about to play the video. Give me a
I
quick
didn't see
second.
that one.
All right, about to pull it up right now so people can see why we're going back and forth with these different kind of viewpoints. Like here's the video.
So why does man take me out on a date, right?
Oh, I love it when somebody gets a chance at love. Let's see how her date went.
And then here I am thinking, okay, I'm gonna just order
Chris,
the
can you
most
stop
expensive
that
shit on
video
the
for 1
menu,
second?
which is what I
Hold up,
did.
nope, we're playing it.
Now, why would you do that?
I got the porterhouse, macaroni, Brussels sprouts. Why the motherfucker up and leave me?
There's a problem.
He left? Oh
Chris,
my gosh, I'm so
Chris,
surprised.
y'all not right.
So now I
You're
gotta
not
figure
right.
this out because
You
I'm
see,
not
stop
paying
me.
no
I'm gonna
half
show you
bill.
something.
We're gonna show that
So
to
let
you.
me
We're
get
gonna
this
show that to
straight,
you.
just to run it back. A man
Well,
asked this woman
No,
out on
I'm
a
gonna
date.
play it because I got multiple
She
people want to
gets
see
on
it
the
all the way
date
through.
and she orders the most expensive items on the menu.
I'll be there.
Somewhere in the
There you
date,
go.
something went awry and he
Now
excuses
let
himself
go.
and never comes back and leaves her stuck with the bill. And it looked like he enjoyed his meal. Ladies, these men can spot a mile away when you are trying to use them. Not to say that she couldn't afford to pay for it, but she is definitely trying to figure out how she gonna pay now that he is gone. If you are not dating with the intent of being in a relationship and making a genuine connection, leave these men alone because you are messing up somebody's husband before they can align with a wife. If you need a meal, find a food bank. These men are not free meal vouchers. They see y'all coming and they are getting smart, baby.
And by the way, that came from a woman, not just a man. Just want
I
to point
get
that
it,
out.
but you didn't point out one thing.
You have a perfect. I'll point it out now.
He shouldn't. He shouldn't. Look, the plate said Longhorn. Okay, Longhorn. He should. At the end of the day, I get what she's saying. But look what she said. In credit is this. You men, these women can spot you coming, and I've been telling y'all that. She saw something that he exhibited to her and gave her the impression he got it like that. And she ate like that and act like that. And at the end of the day, my point of view is both of them wrong. He had an agenda.
Oh,
and
now
she
he
deceived.
changing his
He
viewpoint.
wanted some. No, they both wrong.
You didn't say that at first.
Accountability. But look,
didn't say
he
it at
had an
first.
agenda. He wanted something. She had an agenda. She was
I
hungry.
said I've been saying that through
We
the whole
both been saying that
conversation.
the entire
Y'all ain't
damn
saying it
time. You've
tonight.
been arguing
Y'all
us
been
down.
talking, running back.
I've
Y'all
been saying it the
about-
whole
We both
conversation.
been saying that.
I said
No,
in both
I ain't
accountability.
We
Baby,
both been saying it over and over.
Y'all can call me old. Maybe I need some hearing aids, but I'm gonna tell you something.
Lord
These
have
women
mercy.
need to spot these broke men coming. They need to spot the ones that's rich too and use them. Because you ought to be strong enough to
Jesus
put her in
Christ.
check.
Oh man.
Oh man, it's hilarious.
Next time I tell you some real stuff, but y'all don't look real and raw like you say. Yeah.
What the hell? We've been right this whole time. We've been ringing the bell.
Talking about a good dating relationship. Listen, let me tell you, y'all have respect for yourself.
Okay, I agree with that.
And
So,
I'm
hold on. Let me give you applause for that. I will say that. Respect for
I agree
yourself.
with that. I totally agree.
I wish I knew how to do it. I'd do it. I bet you a lot of them women out there right now saying, I wish I could get the Baker.
So on that
I'll
note,
bring him down.
On that note, we're going to close this out, but go ahead and tell the audience where they can find you and much more sense. Matter of fact, Becky, you go first. Is it you want to be
Well, you know,
found?
you
Go
know
ahead.
you can find me at.
Where they can find you at?
Minding my business.
God damn. You ain't got no damn sense.
Oh
Be
man.
mad tonight. I'm talking about these women. And here I am trying to find me one married, but I'm stubborn and I am what I am. God made me, and y'all trying to make me turn into a trick. Nah, I'm trying to find this stuff, man.
Nah, brother, I don't want to see you on no.
Should I go get me a wife, or should I go get a trick for a minute?
You gonna get a wife, Baker.
No,
you
you
gonna
want me
get
to, no, I know where y'all was trying to go with this show, and I get it. And y'all trying to not understand that man had an expectation if he spent some money and he left there, and I'm gonna tell you why the other part too.
But you just
he
said,
left there to go buy him a cheaper piece of meat.
Hey, but you just said both of them are held accountable. I've been saying it through the whole conversation.
We both been saying that. No, Lord have mercy.
I ain't hearing y'all. Y'all kept pointing at the woman.
Because
she
had accountability herself.
And
that's what we was pointing.
Lord have
mercy.
mercy.
Well, then take her to Golden Corral.
All right, man. Justin, where can they find you at?
Oh,
Before
man,
she turn around before she get in there.
Oh, you can find myself, Baker, and Chris every Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. On In the Trenches podcast, INTHATRENCHES podcast on the YouTube channel. Also check us out on our website as well, inthetrenchespodcast.com. And if you want to listen just the audio version, we're on Spotify. We're also on iHeartRadio, Pandora. So check us out. We're not just local broadcasting, but guess what? We're also worldwide. So you can never miss us. So this is your know who. And don't forget to get your In the Trenches merch.
Well said.
I'm gonna start a show and call it It's Like That. That's how y'all treat me.
All right, this has been great. It's been a great night. So another great value, much more viewpoints. Us getting on Baker's last and everybody as usual. I'm just messing with you.
I don't be doing that, man.
But with that said, make sure you comment, subscribe, and keep things going, because you keep this show live and at 5 and much more with the raw, because you know that's how we is. But if you have any viewpoints, don't be afraid to see something in the comments, because that's how we live. Other than that, I'm going to steal this from Baker. We'll catch you next time, because we're all just minding our own business. Until next time, peace out.